Thank you, Mr. Duncan. Good morning, boys and girls, teachers and parents. My name is Luke Runciman and I'm a Year 11 leader at Wodonga Senior Secondary College. This morning I'm going to be sharing with you my journey through what we call the Federation of Government Schools in Wodonga. That comprises of this school, Southern Rise Education Centre, Melrose West, and the progression through the middle years campuses being Huon and Feltimber, and then to where Tia and I are currently, Wodonga Senior Secondary College. I'm going to talk to you about leadership and how leadership has impacted me as a student and also as a person. So, as Mr. Duncan said, I started here as a preppy back in 2008, and in my 7 years here, I didn't necessarily have a drive for school. I didn't have the passion like I did now. And that's a big thing I'm going to be talking about this morning, and that is taking opportunities when they arise. Opportunities in music, academics, sport and leadership. There's two types of leaders that I think of. That is natural leaders. They're leaders who are born with the skills to lead a group of people in the right direction to achieve an objective or an outcome or a goal. Then there are leaders who are nurtured. They're leaders that develop their skills with time and they improve with time through exposure and experience, and they find a passion, and that's very much my story. I didn't always have it as a leader. I wasn't a born leader. And I'm very proud to say that I've become a leader. So as I said, I didn't always take opportunity of things that presented themselves and came up throughout my years in primary school. I graduated here in 2014 as a Year 6 and was very much excited to continue with my journey through the Federation. And for those of you who don't know, I went over the road to Huon for obviously 3 years, and that's where I really became to love school and have a passion for school. And that's largely because of leadership and taking opportunity. There was a time in Year 8 where my team leader, my house leader, approached me and said, "Luke, we've got an event coming up where we need a student to talk to prospective Year 7 students and their families." And initially I thought to myself, "Oh, I don't know about this. I don't think I could do it," because I'd never spoken to that many people, let alone that many adults before. So I said, "Look, I'll get back to you in half an hour on that." So I had a bit of a think and I thought, what do I have to lose? There's no harm in putting my hand up and having a go. So I got back to my house leader and I said, "Yes, I'm going to give this a crack. I'm going to see how far I can go with it." So I prepared my speech. And on that night that I presented my speech, I couldn't tell you how nervous I was, but it's all because I put my hand up and I took the opportunity and I gave that speech. If I hadn't have taken that opportunity, I doubt I would be where I am now. So from there, in Year 9, I applied for the position of school captain, and again I thought to myself, look, let's see how far I can go with this. So I put in the application, the written application, and then I sat an interview. And to my surprise, but also amazement, I got that position. And it wasn't something that was instantaneous. I'd aspired to become school captain since Year 7. And as I said, boys and girls, it's all about taking opportunity. I possibly wouldn't have had the confidence to apply for that position if I hadn't have put my hand up in Year 8. And that's what it's all about. There's two qualities of leaders which I want to share with you this morning, and I've come to know these qualities very well. They are effective communication and teamwork. There's no leader that I know of that lacks those abilities. And while you may not be strong in these areas now, it is likely that in the future you will develop them along your journey and when you gain experience in leadership. So effective communication, we talk about working as part of a team, brainstorming ideas, and making sure that everyone is up to speed with what you're doing. And you're going to learn that when you join the leadership groups here, when you do that at middle years as well, and obviously into senior. Teamwork, we all have a reasonable idea of what that is, probably. Teamwork is a group of people working together to, again, fulfill an outcome or a goal. And teamwork exists everywhere. Teamwork exists in this school, it exists in the workplace, it exists almost everywhere. It exists in sporting teams, etc. And it's a very important thing. When I think of kids this age, and it goes for you guys and also me as well, it's a bit of a shame because I believe that we restrict ourselves. When I was in Year 8 and I began to participate in the Student Leadership Council, I often had my mate saying, "Luke, don't do that, that's what the nerds do. Don't go and do, leadership stuff." But there came a point where I stopped following and I stopped following the groups and doing what they said, and I began doing things for myself. And boys and girls, that's something which you really need to do. You might not necessarily do it now, but certainly later on in life, when the values you have within yourself about your future and where you're going, these values might change for you, and you might say to your friends, "Look, I'll kick the footy next lunchtime, but right now I've got to do this for me because it's important and it's going to benefit me." So boys and girls, the take-home message from today's presentation is, it doesn't matter whether you're a bit nervous or you think that you can't do something, be sure to give it a go, because I haven't looked back. Ladies and gentlemen, teachers and parents, thank you very much for your time.
Thank you, Mr. Duncan, and thank you, Luke, for that. So, my name is Tia Harima, and I go to Wodonga Senior College, and what I am is that I am a Year 12 house captain for Blue House. Pretty exciting. So, my journey began in leadership I would say in primary school. I put my hand up in Year 6 to say, hey, I would love to be a leadership in the leadership team. Even though I didn't get it, I still learned from it, and I learned what I could do in the future to improve myself. So then next I went into Wodonga Middle Years in Huon, just the campus next door to us. And a lot of opportunities grew there for me. I only started small, so I spoke at assemblies as well, like I'm doing now, but I'm shaking. And I did the acknowledgements in countries, and it was just small tasks, but they really did help me improve in the future. And slowly in Year 8, I put my hand up to be the school captain at Middle Years as well. And I tried again, except for I actually put my hand up to be vice captain first. I said, hey, I might not be able to get school captain and I don't want to reach that high, but if I stay for vice captain, I should get in. It was until another teacher asked me after my interviews, saying, Tia, would you like to try out to be school captain for Middle Years? I said no, and that was a mistake, and he kept pushing, he kept believing in me, he kept saying, no Tia, you can do this, if you just have the confidence, you can really be this leader, you can really help your peers around you. And I kept doubting myself, I kept saying, no, I surely could not have done this, I really can't. And again, this teacher did not want to quit, he kept saying, Tia, no, you can do this. It was only until I realised that if he had confidence in myself, just imagine what I could do if I had confidence in myself as well. So I said, yes, I would love to be school captain for Middle Years. I would love to try. And then I got a letter in my mailbox saying that I, Tia Harima, got school captain for Wodonga Middle Years College. And I was excited, I was thrilled. It felt so unreal, to be quite honest, because of the things that I had done in primary school and Middle Years. And honestly, I don't regret anything that's happened to me so far. So with that, I was able to talk to many people who influenced me to become the person I am today. I have learned so many skills I can take with me into the future. And because of being a school captain, I was able to get a job. I was able to get a job on the spot, which was really exciting. I was then able to, in Year 10, work at the National Australia Bank, and I did an online uni course as well, while still in Year 10 and 11. It was really exciting, and I've gained new skills, and I've learned to make new friends, and I've made new connections, and I've learned what it's like to actually just put your hand up and say, yes, that I can do it. I'm just going to ask you for now, just quietly, hopefully, if you guys could just put your hands up in the air. Can I please see some of that quietly, please? See, if you could put your hands up in the air right now, and you can just pretend that you're trying to grab the stars, just imagine what you guys can do in the future. Hands down, please. Thank you so much for that one. See, right now, for my leadership opportunities, it's gotten me to speak in front of you all and hopefully giving you all a new lesson in life. And it's so exciting to see that new students are going to be walking up here today in front of their proud parents, starting their new leadership journey. Thank you.